Don't come to the club and start talking about what we've done in the past. Talk about what you haven't done anything.
He's won a trophy this season.
I said this season.
You
You ain't got a trophy.
This is Welcome back to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I'm your host, with the most, and it's not even close. I go by your name, Strives. Or you can call me Striver, representing Arsenal. I'm sure the kit's a dead giveaway for those of you that are looking in for the first time or listening for the first time. I'm an avid Arsenal supporter. And if it's international duty, you'll catch me repping Nigeria or you catch me repping England. And you'll be glad to know I ain't going to be here, one up, rambling alone. I'm joined by my fellow podcast pundit.
Yo, it's your boy Joey Nomadic, aka Liverpool's #1 supporter. Here representing all things Liverpool, here to talk all things football. And I'm back with my first love, Dulwich Hamlet, as well. So it was there on the weekend. Yeah.
Oh, you had to go.
I'm going back, bro. I'm going back. You know, it's been tough with Liverpool, innit? So I can't stay faithful to them.
I was just gonna say, every time Liverpool's
I gotta go back to grassroots football, innit, bro?
Wow.
When they ain't going too well, man. But Liverpool did embarrass me this weekend, innit? So we'll see. We'll see where I'm at next weekend, innit?
Fair dues, man. So you'll notice it's just Joey and I today on the episode. So we're gonna try and cover all things football, cover all the talking points, and yeah, man, as always, man, feel free to join in on the conversations. Join in on conversations on all the social media platforms. You can find us on Podcast Pundits _ on Insta, Podcast Pundits _ on X, formerly known as Twitter, Podcast Pundits on TikTok, and Podcast Pundits on Facebook. And if you're listening or if you're watching, the likelihood is you found us already. But make sure you tell all your friends and your family where to find us. And that's on all digital streaming platforms, Amazon, Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I don't think we're on SoundCloud no more.
No SoundCloud.
No.
No SoundCloud.
YouTube, everywhere else, man. Everywhere where you consume your podcast content, you'll find us here. So, yeah, man, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share some comments, share the episode with everybody, and hit the subscribe button. And yeah, man, I think we should, obviously last week, should I say, Liverpool, or should I say more notably, Mo Salah, he stole the headlines, man. And he took the heat off us Gooners. Took the heat off us Gooners, man, by dropping his mixtape in that mix zone. And what followed, he got dropped in the Champions League game that followed against Inter.
In Milan, yeah.
Yeah. About Liverpool, I thought that was a very important game for Liverpool. They had to respond with a win. Only a win would have been. In my opinion, only a win would have been.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because obviously, like you've set quite a precedent in it now, and I really respected Arne Slot for that as well, because you've been disrespected, isn't it? Because let's have it right, he's disrespecting Arne Slot.
Yeah.
Even though I think he was making digs more at the club execs rather than actual Arne Slot in terms, because he said the club has come out against me, and rumor has it is that Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes may be trying to force him out of the club, or just trying to get him off the wage book, or all that kind of stuff in it, man. So I think the dig was more at them. But at the same time, Arne Slot has to deal with it. He's the guy who picks the team on the match day. So I was happy with how he reacted in it, because I don't know if you guys recall when Ekitike did that red card for taking his shirt off.
Yeah.
I was a bit livid in it. I thought it was childish, and I felt like he should have been punished. But then Arne Slot was quite lenient on him. So, and then the results ain't been that good. So.
What, do you think that's a direct? Well, not direct, but do you think there's some credence towards that? As in, there's some correlation. Sorry,
no. But obviously, if I wanted to be that guy, I could find correlation. I genuinely don't. I don't think there is correlation anyway. But I'm more of a rule of a strict hand in it. Obviously, it's nice for your people to love you, but they should fear you first, innit, man? Not everybody should be able to just knock on your door and come and have a chat with you, innit? You should be a bit shook of the gaffer, innit? So I'm happy he did that, man. So just in case any of these youngers are watching, then they know that it comes with consequences, innit, if you're going to act up a certain type of way. But when you make those kind of decisions, you kind of have to live by those decisions as well. So we needed to have a good performance against Inter Milan, and I think most importantly, defensively, we were sound.
Yeah.
Like in the Milan, I think they maybe had one chance. And bear in mind, we won the season conceding chances in games.
Yeah.
Like we've always conceded chances just because of style of play. So I felt like we were solid in the midweek game. We didn't create as much and we weren't as free flowing as I would have liked. Personally, I kind of put that down to Isak because I think he's still a bit stinky, bro, man. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get on to Isak. I think there's I think the conversations around Isak similarly, or funny enough, will probably mirror the conversations surrounding Gyökeres, and again we'll get on to Gyökeres.
Boy, two Swedish peas in a pod, bro.
Yeah, boy, the similarities are uncanny at the moment. But I found it quite like reassuring that your players, when the media was approaching them with the whole Mo Salah gate, they all kind of seemed like uniform in their response. Like, there was like, look, they didn't throw no shade on Salah. It's like they got where he was coming from, but at the same time, that I felt like they showed enough respect to like leave that to be his gripes. They didn't throw any. They didn't do a Jamie Carragher. You know what I mean? They didn't stoke the flames, so to speak, kind of thing.
No, and if Jamie Carragher was still playing, he wouldn't have done a Jamie Carragher as well. Because at the end of the day, you got to share a changing room with these people, and then, unless you've had a personal problem with them, you're not really gonna call someone out because it's not of benefit to you and it's not of benefit to the team.
Yeah.
So I think they're well versed in how to act in front of the media. It's not their first rodeo.
Yeah,
Mo Salah's had a kick out before, innit? So these men know how to handle prima donnas, man. So I know there's been a bit of stick though because they're like, would Jordan Henderson have had that? Like Virgil van Dijk is leaving it for Mo Salah and Slot to sort out, but do you need to come in and like pull Slot by the ear, pull Mo Salah by the ear and like get something sorted? But no, I don't think that's his place.
Yeah, I was gonna say if sometimes you can antagonize the situation a little bit too much. Yeah. And I think the way that it was done, I felt like it left it open for pause, but it left that situation like, I don't know another word, man. So like pause amnesty, yeah, yeah. So it left that situation open for Slot to kind of leave his imprint of authority on that situation.
Yeah.
So he's kind of said, look, I don't take, like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I don't really take offense to what Salah's done because if players don't play, they're gonna sulk. Yeah. And it looks like he said that out publicly. Whatever's happened behind the scenes happened, and Salah's reintroduced to the squad.
And he's been punished for it.
He's been punished.
Yeah. So move on now.
Exactly, man. And then that brings us on to obviously the game against Brighton. Brighton's not an easy fixture for anybody. Historically for Liverpool as well, boy. Yeah. So I can't lie, man. I began my hate watch. Because it's still a hate watch, obviously.
Why though, bro?
Because like you're the Premier League champions, innit? So
yeah, but obviously what's the points gap between us? About 11 points, right?
Yeah, like I said to you last week, man. I don't know anymore.
Maybe that's why you're hate watching.
Yeah, I'm just hate watching.
Me personally, if you were 11, when you were 11 points away from us, or however many points you were last season, I didn't look back, bruv.
Yeah, see that.
So that's why I don't know if you lot are champion material though. That's why I'm worried for you, bro. Because remember, I put my career on this, bro. I said that you lot are winning the title this season.
You did say that, but the difference between you and I is I believe in kill your enemy dead. So I need to make sure you're finished.
I'm telling you, the more you look back, the more life you're giving us, bro. That's all I'm saying, isn't it?
You got to come back and just make sure you're stamping on that carcass, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm hate watching, just waiting to see what Brighton could do to just make sure that there's no possible resurgence for Liverpool. And it wasn't to be. This who got the Katike dude.
46 seconds.
Yeah, but was that that's the quickest Premier League goal this season?
I think this season. This season.
Yeah, so like immediately I was like, yeah, man, I might as well go and take my shower. I was like, yeah, there's nothing to see here.
No, you got. But the way we've been playing, you got to keep on watching, bro, man. It's not over. Basically, we've shown this season that it's not over, bro. It's not over until the last minute.
So talk me through that then, because obviously that was, I mean, for as much as I watched it, because I did watch most of it. Before I did genuinely went to go and take a shower, there was like literally nothing for me to see there.
Yeah.
Obviously there was an injury. I can't remember who got injured.
Joe Gomez.
Yes, Joe Gomez. So that was a bit of a blow.
Yeah, he got the assist as well. He's been playing decent. We've been quite solid since his return. But midweek was Conor Bradley that played right back and we were solid then as well. So I don't know if us being solid is dependent upon Joe Gomez, but having the options was very important. So it's sad to see him go as well, man. But yeah.
But then that kind of like opened the door for Mo Salah to to be
It was
reintroduced.
too early, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed.
Were you?
I was pissed, yeah, because like he didn't really get to feel.
That's the Nigerian in you.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
You're just like, you just
just-
want to see. You just want to see someone suffer, bro.
No,
You
not
wanted
even-
to hold the pot in the air still.
No, it's not even the suffering. It's just that I know people don't learn from their mistakes. They have to feel it, bro. They don't.
Yeah.
They won't hear it. They have to feel it in it. And he was
Yeah.
just sitting in the stands, and then it's like, oh right, you need me straight away, bro. What lesson is being taught there, though?
No, but you know what? It's a moment of reckoning also because it's like, okay, you made a big fuss.
Yeah.
Now let's see what happens. And for the first
He's tagged, bro. He's tagged, bro. He's tagged. Look, this is your moment. Like you said, it's a reckoning.
yeah.
Bro, he didn't do much, man.
Well-
we had bare chances, and we were through on goal a couple of times. He was running he ran till it hurt.
Yeah.
But, bro, it's just
But
a lot
that's
more
what-
of the same business this season,
No,
bro.
you didn't see more of the same of Salah this season. I felt like you saw Salah of last season. And although Salah of last season wasn't like, in terms of performance, he wasn't like hitting he's not as hardworking as, let's say, a Saka or whatever. But in terms of just, you saw that glint in his eye, like he wanted to.
100%.
Yeah, you get what I mean?
But that's not the first time I've seen that this season, bro. I saw it in the Chelsea game, bro. But it's not the glint that's been missing, bro. It's his legs aren't working, bro. So, like, for example, he was sprinting at the end and trying to catch the fast breaks. But his final pass wasn't it. And it hasn't been it all season. His shots were looking a bit...
You
They
know, like
were lacking,
he
bro.
was a bit more selfless in this game. 'Cause I noticed.
Yeah, that's why I did rate him as well, bro. Because like your thing is that you're not selfless, innit? So what?
But
So
you
what,
want to
you've been
see a response. You want to see a response.
Yeah,
And his
but-
response
no,
is,
no, no,
I'm not about me no more.
No,
I'm a
that's
team player.
not the response I want to see.
So what,
I want to see degrees that I want to see why Mane wanted to punch you up in the face.
so that's
Because that's the Salah that you
Yeah,
got,
that's the
innit?
Salah, yeah, okay.
But you're scared now, bro. You're scared because the Salah that you were trying to be, it's not working for you no more, bro. So that's why I think you might be in your shadow, bro.
But he got an assist, and then now he's what? He's
got
top
an assist. I don't
he's now got
follow-
the most goal involvements in the Premier League. He's topped Wayne Rooney's record, right?
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
did he equal it?
I think I'm not even sure, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't care, bro. You see these corner assists, yeah. Obviously they count to your stats, innit? But I'm not having it, bro.
Yeah, because you're trying to be consistent because you've been ragging on Arsenal for.
No.
Arsenal.
I rate Saka and Declan Rice's corners. Their corners are pinpoint, but I don't think Mo Salah can take a corner again and is going to do the same thing again.
Okay.
Well, our set pieces have been terrible this season, innit? So like Salah's taken corners before they stunk.
Yeah.
But that's not his thing, innit? His thing is open play assist and banging goals in it. And I didn't see anything to say that Salah's back again. Maybe it's going to take a while, maybe small steps, baby steps in it. But I wasn't impressed by that performance or that little cameo, shall we say, man. But in good news, Florian Wirtz, bro, like obviously he's I think it's is it 19 0019 or something like that.
Yeah, in terms of the Premier League.
Yeah, people been like they've been just been like trolling me in it, telling me that he's dead, whatever, bro. I'll go 0038, bro, if I'm gonna get the same Florian Wirtz that I've been getting in the last couple of games. I'm telling you, bro, this like I'm watching this guy, bro, like
Because the thing is, yeah, sorry to cut you, yeah.
Real knowledge. It's real knowledge, bro.
Yeah, because Tibbs was saying a similar thing. Another Liverpool fan, he's been on the show before. And it was like, I think Tibbs was saying the same thing. Cuff's been saying the same thing. So it's like you guys have, I don't know if you've got some secret group where you practice or rehearse.
No. Do you know what it is?
Your comebacks for the PR.
Do you know what it is? You see Ødegaard when he came, bro, and his obviously he was guilty of overplaying it a few times and all that kind of stuff. But it's the pockets. Because my thing is that if we're winning, I don't care if we're winning and we're not top of the table.
Yeah.
If we're having dead performances, I don't care, bro. It's rubbish to me.
Yeah.
If we're losing and we're having good performances, then there's something I can take from it. I can at least say, all right, cool. Maybe second half of the season we're going to click into gear, or maybe next season we're going to click into gear. But what we've been having is poor performances and rubbish results.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing from Florian Wirtz now is real tangibles that I can take in, that I can go to sleep feeling I'm cool.
Right. So
I wasn't getting that.
So what are those tangibles, if you don't mind me asking?
Again, like the spaces he's picking up, the way he's able to get the ball and drive with the ball against players that are twice his size. Like he doesn't seem intimidated. At the beginning of the season, he seemed a bit intimidated. He's linking up with Ekitike, is looking lovely. I think his confidence is just growing in this team and in this league. And funnily enough, I remember Thomas Frank was saying, I was kind of cussing him because he was saying, Xavi Simons is the same as Florian Wirtz, isn't it, bro? Like, no, don't compare Xavi Simons to Florian Wirtz, but Xavi Simons is banging goals and his form is upturned as well.
No, last week it did, but
yeah, last week it did, and obviously this weekend not too so much. But Florian Wirtz at the same time, innit? So maybe it is just a settling in or a teething period. But I'm saying those things are intangibles, though, man. Don't say it, bro.
You're sounding like Arsenal fans when they're defending Gyökeres. Because
no, you can't. No, do you know why? Do you know why you can't?
In everything you said, you're like, this is what like, and again, I'm not going to detract from your segment, but. Because you are been one of the main antagonists in regards to Gyökeres, you call him Levi Jeans.
Bro.
And Arsenal fans will always talk about how he occupies the spaces.
No.
He stretches
No, it's different.
All these, and you're saying the same thing.
No. But those are intangibles.
And you're talking about his driving.
Hang on. The Gyökeres things are intangibles. The Florian Wirtz things are tangibles, bro. He's creating chances, bro. He's putting it on a plate for people. Gyökeres ain't doing things like that. And the reason why I say no to Gyökeres is because we've had that situation when we had Darwin Núñez. So if you're gonna talk about Gyökeres, go talk about Darwin Núñez, bro.
No, because I mean, you know what, we're not gonna do that.
Because Darwin Núñez bang goals, that's why you're not gonna do that.
Gyökeres, you know what? You know it's funny, Gyökeres for me, if he scores like 5 goals by Christmas, he's on target for my tracker for what he's gonna do this season, and he's got 4 in the Premier League.
What do I always say about Gyökeres as well, though?
That you say that he's going to score goals.
Yeah. So that's not a problem.
But what I'm saying is, why I say you're sounding like Arsenal fans, because obviously Gyökeres is under a lot of attack, and how we tend to kind of, what's the word, like when we're defending him and how we mitigate those performances, we talk about all the stuff that he's doing, and they're legitimate points. They're legitimate points. All the things that he's doing, and I say that to say your points about Florian Wirtz, they're legitimate points. However, but I don't know that is good enough for your marquee signing that has displaced. Not a marquee signing. He is a marquee. So who is the marquee signing?
It's got to be Isak
because of the value,
price tag, innit? But okay. So the one thing I'll say is,
I agree. Isak can works. Sorry, because you see Liverpool. You see before I've always said that Liverpool are media darlings. If Isak and Wirtz signed for Arsenal or Manchester United, they would be getting dragged down. Do
you know why not Manchester United? Because Liverpool and Manchester United have won. They've won cups recently.
No, but Manchester United would not get the grace that them two are getting. Like any player that plays for Manchester United, I don't think they're going to get that.
Bro,
grace.
they spent how much did they spend on Šeško? They spent 90 million on. Is it 80? Over 75 million on Šeško.
Šeško's on the watch
75 million on Cunha.
Šeško's on the watch list.
But my thing is that people aren't beefing Man United, bro, because they've won two trophies in
Man
recent
United
years.
At the moment are rubbish.
Yeah, but they've still won trophies, so you can't say that Liverpool are media darlings because we're not getting beef, bro. We've won the league last season, bro.
Yeah, of course.
So you lot can try and beef us, but it ain't gonna sting like that.
No,
it will sting Arsenal because you ain't won nothing. That's why.
No. But all right, it might sting, but that's not the point. The point is you're not getting the stab wounds to know if it stings or not. You're just getting a free ride. And like I said,
no, but that's not true, bro.
I mean,
that's not true, bro. You know, I'll bang out TalkSports, bro. We've been getting roasted, bro. Remember,
by who? Not by the pundits. Your fans might be,
by the pundits on TalkSports, they're roasting us.
Who they roasting?
Even Florian Wirtz. What do you mean? No, they're not roasting the players. They're roasting.
That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point.
Yeah, because they look at them and they see quality players, though. Like, you can't watch Florian Wirtz and Isak's proven
nearly half the season has been played and he's not registered 1 assist or goal. I mean, what's his goal celebration? What is his goal celebration?
And strives, but look at me though, bro. Do I look worried, bro? That's the thing, though. I
don't know what worry looks like.
Yeah, you do, bro. You do. Darwin Núñez was worried, bro. When I watch Florian Wirtz play, bro, like, when he plays well, bro, I can't be worried, bro. I can't be worried because it's literally just a matter of time. Even if it doesn't click, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
Okay, so I've seen you like in yester seasons.
Yeah.
Big up, like let's say Szoboszlai, for instance. Like I've seen you even go as far as you put him up against like Martin Ødegaard. Bro, I'm not seeing you do that.
I'll put Florian Wirtz up against Ødegaard, bro.
Funny enough, because I want to ask you a question. And I'll do that.
But hang on, I'll put Florian Wirtz up against Ødegaard, but not current Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
What I expect him to be doing next season, bro, because obviously, like, again, the same things about Ødegaard, the ability to drive into spaces with the ball, create chances, and pick up the spaces in the half spaces. They both got that in it. So like, I can put him up against him, but he just doesn't have the body of work. And neither does Ødegaard this season, if we're going to be honest. But yeah.
Let me ask you now. I'll ask you now. If you was picking your team, yeah, and you wanted like a cam or a creative player, you've got to choose out of Ødegaard, Florian Wirtz, Morgan Rogers,
yeah, go on.
yeah, or Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, those four.
For what team?
For your team, Liverpool.
For Liverpool, it'll be Morgan Rogers.
Okay.
It'll be Morgan Rogers only because he's delivering.
Okay.
He's delivering more than just performances that are pleasing on the eye.
Right. So then, okay, cool.
So, but then again, for me, that's all Florian Wirtz is doing right now. He's pleasing on the eye, and that's not good enough.
Right. So that's kind of where I'm.
Yeah, no,
that's where I'm
of course,
to.
But.
And that's why I say you sound a little bit like Arsenal fans when they're defending Gyökeres, because I would probably, as an Arsenal fan, I would probably say Gyökeres, for me, despite him on tracker.
Let me save you from sinning, bro. Don't lie, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it's not been good enough for me.
But he's not pleasing on the eye. Because that's the only thing that's been an issue.
No, but I don't care. But you know, with me, I don't care about pleasing on the eyes. Whereas you care about that stuff, I don't. We could win every single game. We could win every single game 31-0, and I'm happy. You know me, I'm very shameless.
Okay.
I'm extremely shameless. I don't care. I just care about results.
So then why didn't you want Lukaku then?
If Lukaku was available and he was going to score goals for me, I just wanted to.
But he has been available.
He's never been on our radar.
I know, but why? Exactly, but why has he never been on your radar if you don't care about pleasing on the eye, bro?
No, because it's not. He's not been that. He's never been the striker that. There's probably been better options.
Fair.
But remember,
but the important thing to take away from that is that you didn't have any issue with the comparison of Lukaku and Gyökeres, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't. As long as Gyökeres is scoring goals, I don't care what he looks like. Bro.
Okay, cool.
But then, and my thing is with Wirtz. So similarly to the Wirtz, although you're telling me how beautiful he looks on the pitch and stuff, yeah, big pause. Yeah, but we said pause.
I didn't say that.
You didn't agree, yeah. So yeah, as much as he's looking silky on the pitch, etc. Bro, the output's not there. So
I'm
just being consistent with my belief.
I hear it, but then if you that's if you want to go on a surface level. But if you scratch a little bit deeper, it's not his fault. He's put the ball on a plate. And in fact, it is his fault because he's missed probably 2 or 3 sitters. But he's created so many chances, bro. So many clear-cut goals, what should be goals, that I can't be angry at him. I have to look at the other team. And it just so happens that it's coinciding with Liverpool's worst performance in probably the last 10 since 1954, bro.
Yeah. Fair enough, because so like 116 million or however much he cost, and you're okay. That's how much he cost, isn't it? Like you look.
I don't think he did cost that much.
But you broke the transfer record twice, and I don't know where you are on the Premier League table. But talk to me about Ekitike, man.
Hey, you talked to me about Ekitike, bro. I think you was talking about why was he not on your radar or something like that.
Yeah. So for me, who got Ekitike? Yeah, I did. I've asked that question. I think he is a brilliant player.
He's brilliant, man.
I think he's brilliant. But the thing for me, I think what my worry might have been for Arsenal is that he's quite similar to maybe some of the profiles we have.
Like,
let's say Gabriel Jesus, particularly, because I feel like what I mean by that is not when Jesus is trying to like drop in deep to be enough to be right back. But in terms of he'll drop deep enough to get involved in play, intricate 1-2s, picking up pockets, can beat blow blocks by himself, can create a chance out of nothing, and he can also score any kind of goal. Yeah. Who got Ekitike is showing me that. He's showing me he's got that. I reckon he can score headers. He can give you an outside of the box screamer. He can give you a tap in. He can drop in and link up, picks up the ball, or he can play the ball quickly. Yeah. He doesn't dwell on the ball like whereas it works. For me, sometimes he's guilty of dwelling sometimes and gets caught. Yeah. Where you said you've been giving him a little bit of credit for being stronger recently, I feel like that might be more of a recent thing. Whereas
very recent. He had that from day one. And he knew. But I think, and that's the benefit of him playing in the French league as well, because of the physicality. I think he knew exactly what he was getting himself into coming to this league. And again, we've seen it with German players and Bundesliga attacks and Xavi Simons and And what's that fast German one that went to Chelsea and was at Spurs?
Werner.
Yeah, Timo Werner.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
see the Bundesliga attacks here. That's a lot to account for, isn't it? Whereas XTK has played in France, he's played in Germany.
Yeah.
So he's quite cultured in that sense as well, man. So yeah, he has all of those things. The one thing I will push back on is the heading. Like, he's got a header, bro. This guy's very wasteful when it comes to headed opportunities. But yeah, like people say that the Liverpool execs didn't know what they were doing when they bought XTK and then they bought Isak. I genuinely think that these guys, they wanted both of these players.
Yeah. Well, you think they're planning for the future a little bit?
100%, bro. Because like even now, bro, like so the thing with
But the
Mo
first time
Salah,
we seen them play together was it like the other day? Was it against Inter?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, they played a diamond 4-4-2 in it basically.
Okay.
And shout out Curtis Jones, who excelled in both games because of it, man. But I think I've been saying all this time they wanted both players in it, and if they didn't re-sign Mo Salah after he basically pretty much carried us to that title, bro, the Liverpool fans would have just gone crazy. They would have lost it. 100% they would have lost it. So they had to reward him with a new contract. But at the same time, I think they're very wary. The reason why it took so long is because of his age. They don't like signing old players, bro.
Yeah.
So they have to be planning for the future. And I think Ekitike and Isak and Wirtz, they're planning for the future, man. So even if this season was a write-off, which I don't think it will be, we're still in good... Like, it can never be a waste buying both of those two guys, bro, in my opinion.
Well, because they're both quality players, so I agree with you there. It can't be a waste. However, it does need to translate, because Isak, on the other hand, stinks like cheese.
He does.
But
do you know? Can you look at him and understand why he stinks like shit?
yes.
Okay.
So I feel like it's there's nuanced in it.
Yeah.
And and like I said earlier on, towards the top of the episode, I think I see similarities in him and Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, with Isak, he's used to playing a team where they're not necessarily... teams aren't going up against Newcastle and or trying to sit back or changing their tactics to play a Newcastle. Everyone's going to come and have a go against Newcastle. And this is no disrespect to Newcastle. So he's going to get time on the ball. He's going to get space. And he's also playing with, like, a Gordon and... who's the other one?
Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, well, they're literally the wingers.
The team's built for him.
Exactly. Yeah. So even when the wing play is predicated on getting down the wings, putting it across the box for Isak.
You're thinking of that goal that they scored past you last season, isn't it? It's like,
but that's literally
that's their textbook goal.
That's their textbook goal. And when you think about Gyökeres, for instance, the only time we've created a chance like that for him probably was it Eze?
Eze, Nottingham Forest.
Exactly.
Who's used to creating chances like that for Mateta.
Exactly. So that's why I see the similarities there. So I do think it's nuanced. I think, like, Isak is now... I think he's got the quality and he's got the talent to play in
You saw his goal versus West Ham. That was a nasty finish, bro.
Exactly. So the thing is, I think he can do any style. He can be like an Ekitike. Do you get what I'm saying? So because we were calling Ekitike a poor man's Isak once upon a time.
Not me, bro. But
when I say we, I'm not me neither. But I'm talking about generally.
Yeah. And I say not me for that, and I say not me. Remember when I think you asked me how many goals should Wirtz be getting? I said 10. I said that based off of not knowing anything about Ekitike or Florian Wirtz. Now that I've seen him, I would massively adjust it. Yeah. But with Isak, I think the problem with Isak, why I push back on him being Ekitike, is that Isak seems to want the ball in a certain type of way.
Yeah.
I look at Real Sociedad. He wanted the ball in a certain type of way. Ødegaard was feeding him. Newcastle, he was getting fed. You're not the biggest fish in this pond at Liverpool, innit? There's Ekitike showing that he could potentially be a bigger fish than you. You've still got the shadow of Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and all these other guys at the club. So it's not what we can do for you, is what can you do for this team?
I was just going to ask you, do you think it should be that? Because I think what Ekitike is showing, he's showing more adaptability, but should you not maybe... Because if you spent that amount of money on him, then surely, maybe you could argue that you should actually... What can we do for you? Maybe the question should be, what can we do for you, Isak, to make sure that you perform so that we can get a return on this truckload of
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, there's definitely a bit of both. But my thing is that Isak is not the first striker to go into a club that plays against low blocks week in, week out. There's definitely a way of beating it, and there's definitely a way of winning. Why haven't we figured it out?
Sometimes that comes with time, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Why haven't we figured it out? Is it a matter of time, or is Arne Slot not doing the job? People in my Liverpool group will say that he's not doing the job and he deserves the boot.
But when you say, is it a matter of time? Are you saying it's a matter of time that Isak will figure out and mold his play to you? Or are you saying a matter of time that you guys...
A matter of time that we basically create more strategies that allow for him maybe to pull out wide and cut in. Because the thing is that his dribbling is quality. He can beat a man or two. Yeah. We know that. So how do we utilise that more? And Arne Slot needs to figure that out. Basically, he needs to do anything to make sure we're not losing games.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But it becomes a thing of like, can Arne Slot trust these guys, in it? Because one thing about Arne Slot is that if he doesn't trust you, don't even think about coming to play football for us, bro, man. Like,
okay,
it's like a certain man like Chiesa, bro. Still, I don't know why he doesn't trust him, but that guy starved of game time. Joe Gomez, obviously, I just find out it's because of these knee injuries that he's not been playing, but. Yeah, like if he doesn't trust you, you're not going to get game time, man. So you have to earn his trust, man.
You have to earn it. Your next game, Tottenham? Yeah. Is that the Prem or is that?
That's in the Prem, yeah. But I think that's next weekend maybe. But the thing about that game is as well, people in my group are saying, yeah, like if we don't cleanse Tottenham, then X, Y, Z. Pipe down, bro, man. We've literally just started winning. Bro.
Yeah. There has been a little bit of an improvement in form. So, and your fans are a little bit entitled, in my opinion. So.
No, it's not entitled because obviously we should be winning against Tottenham, especially in this the way they're playing. But my thing is that Tottenham have shown that they're able to get themselves up for certain games. But Liverpool, we usually have a good record against them, man. But we're not doing too great ourselves.
Yeah. So
like to expect us to maybe lock that result before ball's even been kicked is a bit crazy in my opinion. But
yeah, as well off the back of Tottenham's performance against Nottingham Forest, I can understand why like your fellow fans might place pressure on your club to get the...
Not really, bro. Off the back of our performance against Nottingham Forest. It was 3-0 out.
That's true, yeah. You guys are going banned for that. Yeah. All right, cool, man. Well, let's go on to my boys, man. Let's go into the Gunners, man. So
what was that thing you said about Isak?
What?
Say it again.
Well, he stinks like shit. What, you saying that's us?
You're not stacked, bro, man. You're not stacked on the weekend, bro.
So, but remember what I said? You see me? I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, listeners, viewers, I don't care. Arsenal can stink. As long as we're winning, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I say that with a pinch of salt because obviously we don't want to be stinking week in, week out. What I do find quite interesting, is a lot of the conversation around Arsenal would have you think that we're going through some real tough times. And I don't understand that because we've just gone to Club Brugge, rotated heavily and finished them. Like, finished them to the point where like, I think we're already, I don't know if it's mathematically confirmed, but I feel like we've already secured top 8 in the Champions League. We could play anyone in the last 2 games in the Champions League group stages, and I still think we're going to finish top 8. Yeah, we just we lost to Aston Villa. Cool. We've only lost 2 games this season against yourselves, against Aston Villa. We lost against Aston Villa. We responded with a brilliant win in Champions League, heavily rotated. Yeah. Then we've gone to Wolves, and yes, like you're saying, we didn't play well.
We didn't score a goal.
Yeah, we didn't score a goal.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Against bottom of the league, bro.
Bob, have you watched the sorry, this feels like real out of pocket, yeah. But have you seen the Diddy documentary?
No, I refuse to watch it, bro. Because I clocked that. You see, sometimes they put a documentary on Netflix, yeah. And if it's on Netflix, then that means everything they're saying is true, bro. But I've been watching some documentaries and I found that loads of it is bullshit, man. So yeah, and especially it's made by 50 as well, bro.
Yeah, because you know that guy.
yeah.
He's petty monster. Yeah. To be fair, I was taking a similar stance, but then people keep talking about it. I keep seeing reels creating, recreating, and it's just funny. So I'm like, let me just see what's going on. And one of the things and like the themes going around with this documentary is again, it's all alleged, I suppose, yeah. But this Diddy guy was a real criminal. Like, so this guy took all the plaudits and success for burying Biggie, all sorts of that, looking like this stand-up guy, but really Biggie paid for his own funeral.
I heard that wasn't true, but I don't know what's true in it. So,
so I'm saying, so obviously, like, it's like basically Diddy's taking the success for something he didn't do, kind of thing. And I'm relating that to Arsenal right now.
In the Wolves
that Wolves game, So Wolves score our goals, win the game for us.
Yeah.
I'll dance just like Diddy did in that movie. I'll be missing
in the watcher.
I'll be dancing just like him, but I'm going,
of course, bro.
Come on, take that.
Yeah,
so I don't mind. I really don't mind. So when people are when people are getting at me for that, I'm just like, bro, I'm just sending them the Premier League tape.
No,
I'm happy that bro, we can that's close to drawing that game.
That's not one of the precarious games though. So my thing is that I agree with you 100% because at the end of the day, when you're going for the title, all that matters is winning games, getting 3 points on the board. But the Bruges, whatever you want to call them, that game doesn't really count. Because I can't map Club Brugge onto the Premier League and know what kind of level opposition. I've watched a couple of their games. They're always 5:30 p.m. kickoffs. Yeah. This is the first time they've not been 5:30 in the Champions League. Yeah, so like I've watched a couple of their games and I'm waiting for other teams to play. And they've had some good games. They've had some bad games, but that's not one I expect the Premier League champions to talk about rotating their squad. That's one that, like for example, like Liverpool would have played with Harvey Elliott and them man back in the day, and we just business as usual.
Yeah, but you are actually the Premier League champions.
No, I'm saying before we were the Premier League champions in the Champions League. But I think the issue is that you've lost to Aston Villa in a game. I think you played all right in that game, and I think Villa played really well. It was a good top two battle, I think it was, at the 10 maybe.
Yeah, but remember though, we were like, and I know some people say, oh, it's excuses or whatnot, but it's like we weren't the Arsenal that,
of course,
you know what I mean.
Of course, even in the Champions League game before that as well.
Yeah,
I think you won that game. But
and we're not. It's like going B man. Yeah, he came up with a good analogy when he and I was talking, and he kind of related it to like boxing. Yeah, so it's like imagine like you're going up to fight like Usyk. Like Usyk's undisputed heavyweight champion. Obviously, he relinquished one of the belts now. Fabio Woodley's heavyweight champion. Big you up Fabio Woodley. But yeah. Imagine going up to fight Usyk and you know that that's a tough fight on a normal day, fully fit. But then in camp, you've picked up a shoulder injury kind of thing, but you still want to, you still want to compete. So you're doing well now. You've got to the 11th, the 12th round now. You're against Usyk kind of thing. You're like, wow, like I'm still in with a chance with this dislocated shoulder. But you need all your arsenal to try and triumph against this mammoth, which is Usyk's ability, and then Usyk ends up like knocking you out. You're too tired. You can't swing that left hook or whatever it is, and you get knocked out. At the end of the day, you're gonna go home and you're gonna evaluate your performance, and sometimes you're just gonna have to chalk it up and be like, you know what? Like 100%. As much as it might seem like it's an excuse, you're gonna know. In truth, you wasn't set up to your best capabilities to play that game, and this is a real. It's not
even a case of it seems like an excuse. It is an excuse, and it's okay that it's an excuse because when we look at, like you said, when you go back and you analyze things, there's a reason for things happening. Maybe I made a mistake, or maybe it's because I didn't have any players. The only reason why I don't have the injury thing is because everybody gets injuries.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, and just because you have 10 and I have 5.
But do you think there's a difference between a reason and an excuse though? Because although they can be synonymous, they can be the same thing. But I think that one can definitely hold more rank than the other.
It's just how people perceive it. People perceive excuses as negative and reasons as more positive. I think that it's just a perception of it, but they're both the same thing to me.
No, but you know why I disagree with you a little bit though, Joey? Because I think an excuse is something that we both could be subjected to, but it's not really. It shouldn't really hamper you. Like, for instance, you could be like, oh, Strives, you're ahead of me in this project, because you wake up earlier than me. I was like, bro, wake up earlier than me then. Or wake up the same time. But you can't say everyone gets injuries because not everyone gets your whole team injured or nearly your whole team injured. You might have 1 or 2 players injured.
Yeah, but then you'd have to look deep within yourself and say, why is my team getting injured then?
So of course
that's what's within your control.
But these are different conversations, and I get that, but they're not always in your control because you buy more players, which we've done.
Yeah.
You increase your squad depth, which we've done.
But okay, so
you get what I'm saying?
Strauss, I hear what you're saying. My thing is, you're getting injuries. You've now bought more players to counter that. You're now getting even more injuries, bruv. So my thing is that it's not happening to Burnley. It's not happening to all these other clubs. But next season, it might happen to Burnley and it might happen to Liverpool like it has in the past. Again, in 10 years or when I'm talking to my grandson, they're not going to care that you had all these injuries in 2025.
No,
so that's why.
Obviously that's the short attention span of in which we
No, it's not even that. The fact of the matter is everybody has injuries, and I can't say to my son that Arsenal
not everybody has as many.
Yeah, but I can't say to my grandson that Arsenal didn't win the title in 2024 because they had injuries. They don't.
Why can't you?
Because like, it's not going to show that on the records, bruv. All it's going to show is that you didn't have enough points, bro.
No, I get what you're talking about when time and stuff elapses, but obviously we're not there. We're not in the future looking back. We're in the moment, and in that moment, I just think it's very disingenuous to completely rule out
I agree.
as a reason as opposed to being an excuse.
I actually agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying is that I can't use that same reason as a blanket for the whole league. It's not like a fair criteria to judge the whole league on, in my opinion, because people have different amounts of injuries at different times in the season. So
that's my point.
Yeah. So that's why I don't use it as a criteria because it's not equally balanced.
If you don't use it as a criteria, you're now disregarding that it can be a plausible explanation as to why.
I'm just basically looking at the league without that criteria.
Okay.
To be fair, but sorry, I brought it up because you lot played well against Aston Villa. And then I think your performance against Wolves wasn't great. And like I'm saying with Liverpool, obviously it's nice when you have the performance and the 3 points to go to boot.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting the 3 points, then let's have the performance. In this case, you got the 3 points.
Yeah.
But prior to that last Mascara goal, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was looking like you'll be saying that. Kind of like Liverpool in the Leeds game as well.
Yeah.
If you'll be saying the performance wasn't fitting or...
the performance stunk. But I think, as I started off in the segment, I still do find it interesting that, yes, that performance stunk. But then look at the picture. Look at the picture of what Arsenal have done this season. We've lost twice to 2 credible and decent opponents, in my opinion.
And Liverpool have had the worst season since 1954.
Yeah, I mean, with Liverpool, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm still disappointed. I'm pissed off that we lost to Liverpool because you were there for the taking.
No, forget about that. I'm saying that.
But even still...
But what I'm saying is worrying because even though you lot have only lost 2 games this season and we've had the worst season since 1954, there's still Liverpool fans that think they can catch up to you, bro.
And that's because Arsenal have always been linked with the bottle. Yeah? That's why.
Yeah, and then we've seen stuff that is reminiscent of the bottle. But now, even though you've only lost 2 games, that's what's scary.
This is what I find interesting.
Yeah.
Because we've also seen stuff that are reminiscent of a title-winning team. But guess what? The brush that everyone's painting Arsenal with? They're painting Arsenal with the bottle. And I'm like, why? Because if Man City was doing what... But if Man City was doing what Arsenal was doing,
Jaws, Man City's coming up with you, bro.
No, but
that shark fin is scoping you out, bro.
But that same again, and I find it mad interesting because Man City would ship mad goals against Fulham, shipping mad goals against some. I can't remember the teams evaded me, but
muscle memory, bro.
But they're just
muscle memory, bro.
But bro, it's not muscle memory for them to ship that many goals as well. And then now they're finding a little bit of form. Now Man City, they're finding excuses. The other day, it might have even been today, I listened to Alan Pardew say this is the first time Man City has scored more goals than Arsenal. Just looking for a reason to be like, this is why it's going to be City's year. But it's like, bro, have you forgotten how much goals they was conceding not too long ago? Whereas if Man City was doing what Arsenal was doing, where we've only lost 2 games and lost to credible opponents in Villa, Liverpool, go on to have a formidable... what's the word I'm looking for? Form in Champions League, and then smash and grab against Wolves that you didn't deserve. You're gonna say, that's the mark of champions.
Yeah, that's true.
Winning games when you're not meant to.
Yeah.
But I'm finding it mad interesting. But when it's Arsenal's like, it's like it's all doom and gloom. But
I think it's the combination of injuries. The last time you had injuries, it didn't go too well for you, lot. your striker. There's a lot of noise about your striker, and I think that's what essentially is because
let's talk about it, man. Gyökeres, obviously, I kind of feel like I know your position on Gyökeres. I'll give you mine first because obviously I was one of the people that advocated for get a striker, we move to the next level. Yeah. In some respects, I think we have moved to a different level, and I would actually go as far as saying the next level. And what I mean by the next level, I feel like that next level is only a few percent. I feel like, let's say we need 5% to get to that next level to be the best, because we've been so close to winning the Premier League. A bar last season.
Wait, next level means winning the Premier League, though.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel like that next level, what separates us, I think we're talking a few percentages. That's what I think. Yeah. So I think Gyökeres can be that person. Or a striker can be that person. And why I say Gyökeres particularly is because he gives us something different.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by something different, as much as I love and rate Ekitike, I do feel that we've got similar profiles. Not exactly the same, but similar. I think Kai can drop in. He can build. He can build play, build attack, draw players in, and then he can end up finding spaces, occupying pockets. You know what I'm saying? Jesus can do that. Marino is literally a midfielder that is deputizing as a striker. We don't actually have a flat track bully. We don't have a 9 that just is only wants to score goals up until we had Viktor Gyökeres. The issue I'm having with Gyökeres now is that
you never had one, because I don't think you ever wanted one though. That's
true, and that's because we're in the era of the false 9. We're in the era of the false 9 now. I feel like most teams.
Strikers are dead dying breed.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I do feel like we needed a striker to go to that next level, and I still maintain that. So now the question I ask myself is, do we change the way we play entirely? So in terms of the way Timber might, sometimes he inverts naturally playing, and so does Saka or whatnot. We're not getting much width from Martinelli all the time, and Trossard, they both want to score goals rather than supply.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Ødegaard, funny enough, I remember I used to argue with you and John Boy about him maybe taking... You said, you guys used to say he overplayed it, and I said, no, he played perfectly for what we needed at that time. But now, I would agree that, he does overplay sometimes. Sometimes he's taking so many touches, and sometimes just looking for the wide passes, when sometimes there's that break in line through ball where Gyökeres is making a run and he's missed it once or two times.
Yeah.
You'll see people clipping it up and sharing it on social media, and you'll get people arguing for and against why that pass was or wasn't the right pass. But I actually think Ødegaard definitely could have Ødegaard is not conditioned to finding that ball as quick as we need it to be for a player of your.
I don't know if that's true though, man, because I've seen Ødegaard do it before.
You have, but you don't see him do it enough for it.
Maybe he's seeing stuff on the training ground that we're not seeing, brother, and you just don't rate him. Because the only time
that could be the case.
When I've gone to teams and I'm playing ball and I've seen you get there, your first 3 touches are horrible, bro.
Yeah.
That ball don't come freely like it used to come anymore, bro.
But then here's the well, for somebody that rejected the amnesty, right? But no, so I hear you. But my thing is Gyökeres, and by the way, I don't think Gyökeres has been good enough. Still, I need goals as well. I need it. I definitely need goals as well. So from when I need goals as well with Gyökeres, I'm thinking, everything else that you're giving me, am I making an excuse? Am I trying to mitigate your performances by because you're not giving me goals?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm there now, bro. A Wolves game, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You need to.
That's what we signed you for. To be stat pad in them games. Yeah.
Come on, bro. So for you to not do enough there, I've got to put some responsibility on you. You've got to take accountability.
Yeah.
You've got to go and look in the mirror.
Did you not create chances for him?
No, that's the thing. We're not creating enough chances for him. And that's where I have to be fair to him as well.
What was his movement saying in that game? Because I was watching bit by bit, but I was actually at a party.
His movement is, I don't think he had the greatest game.
Okay.
Yeah. His movement is normally on top, is something that you speak highly of, but I actually can't really speak highly of much that he done in that game, if I'm completely honest with you. He stunk, man.
Yeah.
He stunk, but there was not many players that didn't.
Yeah.
To be fair. But I do feel like we would probably have to try harder to work towards his style of play, because we signed a player of that ilk So I think we should try a little bit harder to try and match that play. Not as hard as I would say Liverpool need to, because we already spent 50-60 million on him. So
if you were to ask your team, do you think they would also say the same thing, the players in your team?
Probably not. And the reason why they probably won't, because we share our goals. So Saka, 4 league goals.
Yeah.
Gyökeres, 4 league goals. Eze, 4 league goals. Marino, 4 league goals. Trossard, probably about 4 league goals.
So then is it worth changing your style of play?
But then remember,
to suit somebody who isn't as pivotal.
We always had that sharing our goals. We always needed somebody that's going to take on a little bit more, the lion's share. So whilst we
right now, it's seeming like that's Marino, bro. It seems like that's Mikel Marino,
and this is where Gyökeres has got to do better for me.
Yeah.
This is where he's got to do better for me. But I'm not fully like rubbing him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like it lucky win, but we take them, man. Take them, man. So obviously, Man City's they're keeping up the pressure.
2 points.
Yeah, 2 points. But I do feel like the order in which we had to play Arsenal. Sorry, another thing that's concerning me with Arsenal, our away form. Our away form's starting to dip. It's starting to dip a little bit, so we need to see that increase. But the reason why that came to my mind, because I feel like we've had so many like tough away fixtures that I know that our rivals they're gonna have to run theirs. So I just feel like after with all the injuries that we've faced, with the teams and in the order and the composition of home and away that we've played, to still be ahead at this point is actually further ahead than I expected us to be. You know, I always thought...
What was your point? Your point is you've gone from 8-point gap to a 2-point gap, right?
I don't think it's ever been 8. I think it was
been
5.
8 point.
You're probably thinking about City and Liverpool exclusively, but remember there's been a Chelsea there at one point. So I think the most it's been is 5.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
So, and that's fine. That's one game. Like, you lose a game and that's natural, bro. 5 points, you lose a game, it's 2 points. Cool. Someone's going to lose a game again. I'm just happy we're still top, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Let's move that on a little bit then. And City, man, talk to me about your
you lot been
talk to me about your favourite player, Foden, man.
No, he's not even my favourite player, but you lot were talking mad grease about Phil Foden, bro, saying that he stank. Like, brothers are allowed to have a season off, bro, man. Especially when he's on a debt repayment plan. He stunk so much. He owes. No way, bro.
What he's doing is what he owes his fans. What he owes.
Not
his
at
club.
all, bro, man. He's won 4 titles in a row.
Most of them he's been passengering. Only one, maybe 2 seasons.
Doesn't matter, bro. He's your favourite rapper's favourite rapper, bro. Bro, like, that's what I'm saying. None of your favourite rappers can talk any of the grease that he talks, bro. So you're saying he was a passenger, bro. So then what's your favourite rapper been, bro?
Who's my favourite rapper?
You tell me. You tell me, bro, and I'll tell you that you ain't got nothing to say anything, bro.
Yeah, because my favourite rapper can't be a passenger because he's the guy.
The guy that does what?
The guy that's going
that delivers what?
Well,
what does he go out and kill and bring back for his family to eat? Nothing,
yeah,
bro.
but he's not had a KDB showing him the ropes. He hasn't had all that.
He's got a whole team built around him, bro.
No, what? Who's that? You talking about Foden? Are we talking about?
I don't know. Who's your favourite rapper? Yeah, it's your favourite rapper. Yeah, bro.
We don't need to say his name. We don't need to say any of it. You need to say his name. You know.
My point is that obviously, like, yeah, he's had a KDB and all that stuff, but he's doing it without a KDB now, bro.
Yeah, but
and KD, you're saying
about
last season he didn't have a KDB because KDB
it was Bernardo Silva though.
What's going on here, bro? So what if he hasn't got KDB? He's got Bernardo Silva.
Bro, but this is factually he's always been hiding behind these personalities.
Hiding behind who? No, he's not been hiding, bro. He banged us 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, that's the season.
Yeah, but
and then the season before that it was Haaland, and he was a helper. I'll give him 2 seasons. I'm being unfair.
Right. My point is, he mashes works, isn't it? And you're trying to say
he mashed works.
He mashes works.
He's doing it again, but I'm saying he's on a debt repayment plan. He
can't be on a debt repayment. You can't have 4 titles and be on a debt repayment plan.
From last season, he's on a debt repayment plan.
Travis, it doesn't make sense, bro.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense, bro. The credit is crazy, bro, if anything. The credit is crazy, bro.
Okay, now.
So I think you judge him harshly and quite prematurely.
I don't think it was premature because
very premature.
Bro. Last season he stunk, bro. Like
you're allowed to have a season off, bro. Last season,
so
your favourite rapper kind of stunk, bro.
Bro, he was injured, fam.
So what, bro?
I don't even know who
this is what I'm saying.
About.
You keep.
I don't even know what you're talking about. First and foremost,
this is what I'm saying about this. This is what I'm saying about the injury thing, innit? Like, bro, if you're injured, you had a stinky season, bro.
Wow, how?
Because if I had an ACL that season, my season stunk. I'm pissed off at my season.
Yeah, I get that. But
do you know what I mean?
Your season stunk because of the circumstances outside of your control.
Fair, but it still stunk. You see what I'm saying? In 20 years' time when I'm talking to my grandson, bro, it stunk.
Yeah.
It stunk. So what I'm saying, like, obviously, like, he's done the bit. He's done the business. And yes, he's had one bad season, in my opinion, but you can't write the boy off for. You can't, because he's a quality player.
He's proven that.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
so is it enough for them to win the league? I don't think so. I feel like...
But it gives them something else to go by, because if you were just relying on Haaland alone, I think a lot of the chatter was, I don't know if that was going to be enough this time. I
feel like at the same time, Shirky has kind of clicked into gear.
Yeah, it did.
And I think that's what's important. Bit disappointed in what I'm seeing from Reinders. I thought I'd be seeing a lot more from Reinders, but I don't think he's being played that much. I've been saying to you lot that, what's the other boy from Frankfurt that they got? Marmouche. Oh my! Pep doesn't fancy him, bro, man. I've been saying it, bro, like, because now he's fully fit and he's still not really starting games.
Well,
like that.
I think you've got to earn your. I think you always have to earn your place.
Yeah,
he's just got to wait for his turn. O'Reilly, man, he's having an MLS season, isn't he? Like midfielder going into left back.
Yeah,
deputising in the England squad. He's literally mirroring what happened for MLS last year.
Yeah, and I Nori, I can't see him getting back into the team, but even if he could get back into them, I think that's going to be useful. But the biggest concern for me, again, is I don't rate their defence that much, and I think their defence is quite frail, whilst Nico Gonzalez isn't there. I don't really like him, even though he banged a goal past us, but I don't feel secure watching them with Nico Gonzalez.
Okay.
So I think that's probably where their downfall will come from.
Oh, from Gonzalez.
Not necessarily from him, but just from that area that...
But they got players out, because I think Rodri's suffered as a bit of a setback.
I think Rodri, even if he was back, I think it's going to take him a while to get back up to speed.
Is Diaz injured as well?
No, Diaz played on the weekend.
He played, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so their spine is kind of returning somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, City's an interesting one. I mean, nobody, especially us, we don't want City on our tails, and you will know better than anybody what it's like.
I don't think they can do that again, though.
I don't think so either. But no, actually, I'm lying. I do think so, because I thought they might even win the league this year. If you remember what my predictions are, so I definitely think they're going to be the main threat. But from what I'd seen as the league as the league has been in progress, I'm not as confident in them as I was before ball was kicked. I do see the holes in them that can be exploited.
I find my confidence has actually grown in them since the start of the season, because they were so bad last season, and I was always of the opinion that they're not going to be able to pull it back in one season at least.
Yeah. But I was always of the opinion that they would, and I even tipped them for the Prem. So I thought Arsenal would do it, depending on how Mikel Arteta decided to order himself. So, and I'm to be fair, I've not really had that many complaints for the manager.
No.
So,
but, it was a good win for Man City, man. I think it's routine though. Palace always seem to lay down for Man City, apart from in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, fairs. Who's City got next? I think City is in Carabao Cup action.
Most likely, yeah.
I think so. I think they got another. I think they're playing.
They got Brentford, and then they got West Ham after that.
Okay. Yeah. So it seems like that should be. I mean, you'd put your money on City to get wins against those two, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially how West Ham played against Aston Villa as well.
Oh man, yeah. Speaking of that game, man. So, I mean, Villa had to come from behind twice though in that game, right? Yeah. Rodgers scored a freaking
screamer, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even a screamer, bro. It was a dipper. It dipped quite far, man. But it was a good goal, man.
Yeah. Villa's just 9 successive win.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Villa are showing that. Yo, man. Maybe we're not pretenders.
Yeah. Nah. I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think they've got the legs in the squad
to sustain a title challenge. But definitely a top 4 battle, though, right? Or you think they might do? You reckon they could?
They've done it before, man. They've done it before. I think it was was it last season?
Yeah. Yeah,
they went on a decent run and then they just dropped off and got.
Yeah.
What did they get? Europa League, and then.
Yeah.
Ended up in Europa League. Yeah. So they are capable of dropping off because their squad.
Well, they can win Europa League this season anyway. I think they're good enough.
I think they're my favourites anyway. I watched them on Thursday. They were pretty good, man. But they also couldn't They also could lose it.
Yeah. But Unai Emery, that's his kind of bag outside of when he's managing Arsenal.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really have the squad at Arsenal, to be fair, but
He still got to the final.
yeah. But no, I wouldn't. In terms of a title push, if they were your only rivals, then that would be a shoo-in for Arsenal winning the league.
Yeah.
They're 1 or 2 injuries away from ending up in Europa place or Conference League place.
Yeah, man. Talk to me about Chelsea, man. I know we wanted to try and keep this episode a little bit
frauds,
lighter,
man. They're frauds still, bro. I still think they're frauds, bro, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with Jay as well, man. I'm Maresca as well.
Yeah, it's
Like, he was getting a bit of grief on TikTok for his words.
for his words as well, because what's it? Because man, Gasto's goal involvement.
Yeah. So like that, he got a goal and an assist. I think this season he's got 2 goals, 2 assists, maybe.
Yes, no, I think it's 2 goals.
Sorry, since Maresca's been at the club, he's got 2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah. Whereas before he didn't.
He had 6 assists under Pochettino when he was playing
goals.
attacking wing-back position.
Yeah.
Yes, but he's creating chances, which is what Jay reckons that they're missing out on. So, it's a good win for them, though, because Everton they've been pests this season.
Yeah, I think Everton's one of our next games.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yours is away, I think, again, you got against them as well.
Yeah.
But I think you'll cleanse Everton as well, to be fair. But
I mean, I think our next few fixtures are games that we've dropped points against last year, so it's just interesting to see how we handle it this year, especially with our quote-unquote injury crisis.
I don't know who Maresca was talking to in that, but it was just so unnecessary, bro.
But so if you're not going to say who you're talking to, what's the point in saying it then? Because it's like, what was that about? Because it's funny enough, it's like I'm listening to Jay on the podcast.
He said not everybody not everybody's been happy for me or something like that.
He said it's been the worst 48 hours of my worst 48 hours of my my career or Chelsea career or what have you, not. And I'm like, so who are you pissed with? The fans? He says, no, the fans have been great. But then not that long ago, he was cussing the fans when they were getting onto Sanchez. So it's like, all right, cool. So you're backing the fans again. All right, cool. You talking about the ownership? I don't know. So, and then I'm hearing it might be about a sporting director or people are pulling from different directions. We don't know. And then he's getting pressed on his words and his comments since then, and he's like, yeah, I think I was very clear. I'm like, no, brother, you weren't clear whatsoever.
I don't understand why you would just. Again, it's a Mo Salah energy. Why would you bring that? It's like a self-destructive energy that you're just bringing to the team. But at least with Mo Salah, he's an individual player. You're the manager.
Yeah. But I think though, like I was listening to Simon Jordan's take on it, and I think he was right. I think owners will be wise enough to just be like, all right, that was nuts. Keep your mouth shut. But we're not going to make any moves based on you having this stupid rant. But I dare your form to start dipping, and you'll just be disposable, just like Eddie Metz, man. He hasn't done himself any favours in that respect.
Same as Salah, I guess, as well, bro, man.
Yeah. I guess, man. I guess so. But obviously, with that performance from Chelsea, does it give you any confidence in?
Nah, they're in the same category as Aston Villa for me.
Yeah.
The only difference is that they do have legs, but I just don't think they have the defensive consistency to maintain a push for title run against Arsenal.
What do you make of their Champions League prospects? So that one's a little bit like I've always said that you just need a little bit of luck.
You're talking about for next season or for this season?
This season.
Nah.
No.
Nah. I'm just thinking I think it was a game against Bayern Munich, bro. Bayern Munich didn't even play that well in that game, but they just literally handed the game to them, I think.
Yeah, but then they made up for it against Barca.
Barcelona were horrible. They got a red card in that game.
Yeah, it's true. But then they got a red card against us, and they stood up to it. So that's what I mean with Chelsea. You just don't know what you're getting, do you?
Yeah. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's why I think they're frauds, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And then obviously Spurs they got spanked, bro, by Nottingham Forest. Thomas Frank's looking a little bit. He's looking a little bit clueless at times.
So again, I was on TalkSport, and then you know that girl that the Spurs one, the racist one.
Well, Abby,
the racist one, the NF one. Yeah, she was saying that she thinks it's she didn't want to say it, but she thinks it might be time for Thomas Frank to leave, innit?
Already?
It's like, to go where, bro? What are you gonna do, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and she said, like, you look at the last managers, Ange, Mourinho, Pochettino, these other guys, they had like big personalities. Conte, they had big personalities that filled the room. Thomas Frank is quite Small guy, small personality, and like, yeah, where's the managers now, bruv?
True. But I mean, could be saying that, and because I've seen some other Spurs fans saying it, is because their form isn't too dissimilar that had them 17th last season.
Yeah.
And then at least last season, they ended up they were getting attacking football at times. If it wasn't for, maybe they could argue the same injury crisis, but you could argue. Well, I mean,
you can argue anything.
Yeah, you could argue it, but I mean, yeah, you probably won't buy it, but you saw a little bit more attacking prowess via Ange. And although the football was crazy at times, he won. And then if you're gonna now make it your team a little bit more boring to watch, and let me put it this way: Tottenham are 2-0 down. Instead of bringing on attackers, you brought on, who did they bring on? Paulinho and another defender. I can't remember exactly who it was. Yeah, is that what you want from?
It's not. But you're Spurs, man. Shut up.
But
that's all I can say, is because like, at the end of the day, bro.
But
like,
they're part of the Big Six. They're a big team.
Yeah, no. Of course you're a big team, and mostly because of your stadium and how much you're generating financially. But at the end of the day, bro, like every time you ask for something, you get it, and then you sack the manager.
So you think they need to firm this growing pain?
Bro, if anything, just see Thomas Frank as the guy laying down a good foundation for the next manager.
Is he though?
He might not be, but that's how you need to look at it, because you just won one of your biggest trophies in your club's history,
and then
second time, and then you got rid of him. So what do you actually want?
What are you expecting? Okay, so you're saying there needs to be a degree of realism.
There needs to be a degree of realism, and there needs to be a steadying of the ship. You can't just keep on sacking. Or you can, and then you're going to end up being like Spurs.
But I think I don't think it's unreasonable to suggest that he should be able to like stem the bleed. Like, you shouldn't be like...
No, because if Arne Slot, who just won the league last season, was struggling to stem the bleeding, why do you think it's going to be easy for another new manager to? Because
that was kind of that was his bag, though, wasn't it? He was quite direct, but he was quite defensively solid. And then you saw taxable interchangeability, like when he went up against the bigger clubs. Whereas against Spurs, I don't really know what we're seeing.
Yeah, we're seeing him playing with somebody else's team. Remember, because he built that team in the Championship, brought them up, and then he continued working with that team. He's just working with somebody else's team, bro. So if you want to sack him based on what he's doing with somebody else's team, we've had that before. I think that was kind of Unai Emery. And then obviously when Unai Emery went to Aston Villa, or I think he won the Europa League before he went back to came back to the Premier League, innit? So we know that there's capable managers, but you have to understand the circumstances of where they are and decide whether you don't care, or whether you know what, there's some merit here. Let's see what he does.
So actually, I think you raised some good points and a good argument. It wouldn't actually make sense. There isn't enough of a weighted argument to suggest that there's any pros or more pros than cons.
Yeah, I can't see the benefit in sacking him now. What are you going to do? Bring in, I don't know, where Graham Potter. I think Graham Potter's Sweden manager now, bruv.
Well, everyone might be having a one eye on this Oliver. Is it Oliver?
Glasner. LEG. Yeah, he wouldn't go Spurs.
Yeah, I don't think so. No. I don't think so either. Do you think he could have been eyeing up the Chelsea job after Maresca's madness?
No, I don't think so as well. I think he strikes me as quite sensible, man. I feel like he'll be thinking about the Liverpool job.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think, what else was there? I think you were to touch on the Tyne... Was it Tyneside?
Yeah, Tyneside derby. It's just a quick one, man. Shout out Voldemort, man. That's an unfortunate on your Tyne-Wear debut, man.
You know I was pissed off about that, but this guy's in my fantasy football.
Of course he is. What's that, minus?
Well, I think he ended up with 0. Yeah, he got bare minus, ended up with 0. But I free hitted, and I don't know. What was the United scores? Obviously, we're filming this live whilst there.
Yeah, no, it was very disappointing from Newcastle, bro. Obviously, you beat them in the last derby in the FA Cup, and they've been waiting for this for a long, long time. Finally get it, and then Sunderland smashed them, to be fair, man.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the United scores, because this was only for the fantasy football thing. But yeah, Bruno got on the score sheet, which I'm a bit happy about. But 4-4, bro.
Okay.
4-4. There was 3-2 down at one point. 4-4. Crazy, man. I can't wait to go back and watch watch that game. It must have been anarchy. But yeah, no, man. For tomorrow day, yeah, like you said, man, that was that's you can go from being a hero to a real villain, because that's the one game. Like you know, like there's certain games in your calendar that you mark and you say, I can't lose that.
Yeah.
And Sunderland versus Newcastle.
Yeah. But you know what though? If anyone has grace to score an own goal, it's him, man. So
not in that game though. I
think he does, you know, still. Because remember, like, who's it? Elanga, Harvey Barnes, and Anthony Gordon's been stinking all season. Bro.
Yeah.
Like nobody else has done anything for the team. Obviously, Bruno G's always doing this thing. But yeah, I think if it's going to be anyone, it's him, man.
Yeah, I missed most of that game though. But I was catching some of the.
Yeah, it was silly, bro. I don't know why it was on the same time as 4 other games. So that's probably one of the biggest fixtures.
Yeah, definitely.
History of Premier League.
And then who got the late kick of Brentford? And
Brentford and Leeds, bro. Big game.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Sunderland, man, they were away. Was it? Or no, they were at home. Yeah, their home record's formidable, man.
Yeah.
They've taken so many scalps, so. I feel like their position in the Premier League is pretty much safe.
Give yourself a pat on the back, innit?
No, I don't think I've predicted that.
No, didn't you get a point from them?
Oh yeah.
Not many teams have, bro.
Yeah, not many have, man. All right, man. So I think I'm trying to think if we covered everything. Sorry,
I think so, you know.
Yeah, man. Doing this one a little bit off the fly, man. It's been one of those days, man. Didn't really get a chance to.
Yeah, that's everything. Still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Smooth, man. So, all right, cool, man. Let's go. Yo, we need to start getting ready to do our watch list, you know. Yeah. Because I mean, as we've been talking, I've been thinking, yo, we're gonna need a watch list episode. Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure about us. Too,
yeah. You have to get that still.
Yeah, we need another watch list.
Even Eze, bro. Eze might be a watch list. You
know what? It's funny that no one's really said it on the pods, but in our little groups, yeah, man, Eze and Gyökeres, the two signings that we were most excited by. They're the ones that are kind of disappointing, a lot of the Gooners anyway. But we'll use this opportunity to go to the back pages. The back pages is when we obviously shine light on anyone that is deserving of a mention, honourable mention for doing something great. Doesn't have to be football. Obviously, you know the score, Joey, but just explaining it to anyone listening or watching for the first time. Do you have anyone that's gonna go on your back pages?
Yeah, mine's a simple one, man. It's just Hugo Ekitike. Again, like I've been saying all season, I don't see why people think that Isak should be starting up front over Ekitike when Ekitike started in his current form. For me, you need to earn your position, and Ekitike's done more than that, man. So shout out you and keep doing what you're doing. You keep making Arsenal fans jealous.
Yeah, no, you keep doing that, bro. And my back pages, I'm gonna step outside of the football arena and I'm gonna give mine to Jake Paul, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give mine. Well, Jake Paul is about to do battle with Anthony Joshua on freaking Friday the 19th of December on Netflix. And this guy is out here saying he is one of the biggest boxers in the sport. And it makes me sick that there is some credence to what he's saying. He is a big draw.
Yes, bro, big draw.
Like, if he's fighting, and especially if you're fighting against like AJ, everyone's watching that fight. And
for sure.
And this guy is he's a real jack of all trades, master of none. So I just want to give.
I respect the Paul brothers, though, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like Logan's
real entertainers. Bro.
Yeah, Logan's a WWE.
Bro, like, so sick on it.
Yeah, bro. Like, and he fits in. He's a WWE superstar, bro. It's amazing what they've achieved. But more so, the back page is going to Jake Paul because people are actually picking this guy to win. Some people are picking this. I don't know if that is. Yeah, I don't know if that's picking up Jake Paul or if they're just disrespecting AJ that much.
No, I think because it's not an actual. Is it a ranked fight?
Yeah. This is a real ranked fight. Like
AJ, what happened, man? The bag in it.
Yeah, of course, man. I don't mean who would say no to an easy day's work. That's what it should be, AJ. So don't let us down. But yeah, man. Look, that's my back pages, and that brings the show to a close. We got a bonus show coming up soon, man. I don't want to give away the spoils, man, but hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you're gonna want to check this bonus show out. I promise you. I swear to y'all. So yeah, man. But look, man, you've been rocking with the Podcast Pundits. That's been us. That's your boy Strives. That's your boy Joey. We're out, man.
Peace.